Hey guys, it's Jay from the Last Fight Out podcast, and we're taking a little bit of a break this week from the regularly scheduled programming. Please come with me on a little bit of a field trip to Dubai International Stadium, the epicenter of baseball here in Dubai. Have you ever wondered how they swung it here in this side of the world? Well, you don't have to wonder any longer, because we're about to deep dive right into the heart of it here at Baseball United, the Middle East's first professional baseball league. They're about to give us an exclusive look at the players and all the reasons why this league is going to be a game changer in the region. Let's go check it out. We're here joined by Executive Chairman of Baseball United, John Miedrich.
Well, Jay, first off, thanks for having me. Shout out to all your fans and followers.
Thanks.
But this was a journey, man, that it started as a dream 2 years ago that, to be honest with you, is just a bunch of crazy guys that said we wanted to bring the great game of baseball to what we call the final frontier. It's the last place on earth that we think hasn't, received or embraced the game of baseball. And we said, this is a young, vibrant, sports-loving community that would love baseball. So we did, we worked real hard for the last 2 years to make this possible.
Right, and also the concept of our show is called The Last Flight Out, and usually it's to sort of highlight people's stories where they've taken risks and stepped out of their comfort zone. So Baseball United as an organization has definitely stepped out of their comfort zone and taken a lot of risks. How has baseball been embraced here in the first few days of you publicly, I guess, officially launching?
No, somebody interviewed me yesterday. I talked a lot about Arab hospitality and the way they welcome people into the community, and it's been embraced. We can't say enough about the welcome that we've had. Just people are loving what's going on. We've had a lot of traction. As you know, we were broadcast in 127 countries around the world, and really what we wanted to do is one of the main pillars of what we're trying to do is share, Dubai and this region with the rest of the world through the game of baseball, and vice versa, share baseball, which is played in the United States, Latin America, as well as Far East Asia, share it with this part of the world.
Exactly. And what are the visions, short-term and long-term, for the league? Is it meant to be a developmental league? Is it supposed to stand on its own two legs as its own pro league? What are sort of the plans, to the extent that you could talk about?
Yeah, so we're an independent pro league that's going to be playing from about November to February every year. As you can imagine, we're not necessarily what we would call a traditional winter league in nature, but because of the mere fact of the climate here in this region, it puts us into the best time frame during the year to be able to play, because the reality is we're not looking to compete with the number one league on earth, which is the MLB, but we believe that we can have a strong presence in the region, and really globally as one of the premier leagues in the world. We also have, that's the top down, right? So we talk about a top down approach where we have this professional league that can inspire kids from this region to, learn and follow the game of baseball. But at the same time, starting in 2024, we really have a grassroots development program where we're going to be engaging communities, teaching the game of baseball. The sustainability through what we're doing is really in putting a bat and ball and a glove in kids' hands.
That's amazing. And you know what? Just my own personal experience, the UAE is so open to bringing new things to its corridors here and being so welcoming. So it's no surprise that it's been a successful launch just in the 2 days that you guys have done the All-Star appearance and the showcase here. So one last question. You have had so many players that have been drafted into this league: Robinson Cano, Pablo Sandoval, Didi Gregorius, just to name a few. Investors like Mariano Rivera, the Sandman, right? Albert Pujols. Do you expect any more investors to come in now, jumping into it? Do you expect the league to further expand? What are the plans? Because currently, right now, we only have 4 teams, it's in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Mumbai, and Karachi.
Right. Yes, sir.
So what are the plans for that?
Well, first off, we're getting thousands of messages a day from players, coaches, potential investors, people who love the game of baseball, people who are the biggest names in baseball. What we're about here in Baseball United, we're a people company, right? We're a people organization, and we believe that bringing the right people is essential to our success. So, yeah, I think you'll see some other names be announced soon, and with that, it's going to, again, give us more credibility and broaden what we're doing, for sure. When it comes to our launch, and we launched here, as you know, this weekend. Tonight's our second game. However, as we go into the 2024 season, we're going to be playing with those 4 teams, approximately 64 games throughout the region. Probably about half of those here, a quarter of those up in Abu Dhabi, and the quarter of those in Doha, and then we'll expand in 2025 and bring on some more franchises after that. So, you know, it's our goal to have this league far outlive any one of us who's involved today.
And I have no doubt that will happen, John. Thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for the access. I can't wait to get a glizzy. We're here with none other than Robinson Cano, multiple-time All-Star and World Series champions with my New York Yankees. Robbie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
So obviously, there's not too many Dominicans here in Dubai. So being here right now with Baseball United, what does that mean for you?
Well, it's mean a lot, man. We're playing baseball in a region that we never played before, and be able to see Dominicans, Cuban, Puerto Ricans, Venezuelan coming to the game yesterday. I mean, that's something that we appreciate, and we're really thankful for that.
Okay, great. And how's the level of competition been so far here?
Great. We got a bunch of guys that played the game, been in the big leagues before, and then you saw last night the game was close, and the best team win last night.
exactly. And what are sort of your own personal visions for the league here in the next few years? How do you see it being its own independent league? Is it a developmental league?
I would say you got to see it both ways, because you know what, you also got to create program for the young kids, so that way they can kind of love the game, you know, fall in love with the game, and so you can teach them, so they can make their dream come true.
Exactly. So just like you, a guy from the island of the Dominican Republic, my parents will be very happy, and thank you so much for your time today.
Hi, man.
Gracias.
Thank you.
We're here with none other than former Yankee Didi Gregorius. Thank you so much for Didi for the time.
Yeah, no problem.
You're here in Dubai, man. You seem to be everywhere. I gotta let you know. You guys seem to be everywhere.
Let's try to do good things.
Exactly, try to do things. So, what are your initial impressions of Baseball United so far?
It's been really good, really great. You know, good to see talents from all over the world, the country, and coming over here and play. And it's been amazing to see young guys and for the future for baseball. You know, it's been really good. And then hopefully we get some around here in this area and all close to here also to get to play.
Right, and obviously when you were with the Yankees, you got the support of the Dominicans behind you, right? So there's not that many Dominicans here, but how has the initial support of baseball been in Dubai and the Middle East?
It's been good. You know, we got way more people. Honestly, for me, I think we got more people than we expected to come here. So I think that's a good step forward. So that means they believe in it, and they just want people here to come now and see the kids for the future. So I think it's really great.
And what do you see as your own personal vision for the league moving forward in the next few years? Do you see it expanding quickly? Do you see it becoming a very competitive, its own professional league, similar to how it is in Japan and in the Caribbean, sort of like the World Baseball Classic? How's the competition been? How do you see it developing over the next few years?
I mean, as of right now, what we see right now, I mean, you got ex-big leaguers and some young prospects. So I mean, that shows you that talent that we have here. And I think in the long run, it's going to be really good because I think more countries and more players that didn't get a chance probably to play pro ball will come here and get the experience and everything. So I think it will be better in the long run too. It'll be good.
Well, it's good that they have you here because you were a star back in the league. Man. I just gotta tell you that it was really a pleasure to see you play when you were with the Yankees, man. So thank you so much for the time, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Feels good, man. I've never been this close to baseball players before. I've never had a media pass, but you know what? One thing that doesn't change is that Dominicans, wherever they go, they like to chit chat. And look who's the leader of the chit chat, Robinson Cano, the leader of the chit chat. And of course, you can't come to a baseball game in Dubai without there being a little bit of a Dubai flair into it, right? When you come at a Baseball United game, you can go ahead and get your own little bottle of service while you enjoy the game field side, which is a nice touch compared to what you can get back in the US. Me personally, I like the traditional glizzy and beer up in the nosebleed stands, but this is a nice touch, and it's definitely something I would look into if you guys are ever in the region. And for those of you who don't know, Baseball United, the Middle East's very first professional baseball league, is comprised of 4 teams. The Dubai Wolves, Abu Dhabi Falcons, the Karachi Monarchs, and Mumbai Cobras. They've been drafted amongst ex-Major League Baseball players, current Major League Baseball players, and developmental prospects. So I can't wait to see the product that's out here when the first pitch happens in about an hour. It's gonna be sick. How you doing, man?
Good. I appreciate y'all having me, for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, the Baseball United, first ever professional baseball league here in the Middle East. How do you feel about it personally?
It's amazing, man. Like I said, this atmosphere, the people here, everybody who's put this thing together, from the front office, workers, I mean, government, like it just, the fact that this came together to be this, right?
Exactly,
and
right?
if people saw what this place looked like before to what it is now and how fast they got it done, it's a blessing.
The dirt wasn't even here, they told me, right? They had to fly it in from Pakistan.
Yeah,
so to be able to do this in a short amount of time, just in 2 years, to get it from a concept to execution, is just all about what the Last Flight Out podcast is about. You know, organizations stepping out of their comfort zone and sort of achieving great things. So how have people embraced baseball here in the Middle East as compared to, you know, back in America or when you played in other leagues?
It's been good. Like I say, you see a lot of fans from different countries representing. Like, we literally have guys from all over, and every time you hear a name or somebody get a hit, out or run, get on base just to run, like, it's crazy that different from Japan to Germany to Uganda. I mean, it's all over the place. So again, it's getting worldwide, which is amazing.
And I'm Dominican, so shout out to the Dominicans out here. So there's definitely Dominicans out here. So last question. So how do you feel sort of the trajectory of this league going? Do you feel like it's going to be its own standalone professional baseball league, more of a developmental league? Obviously, my personal thoughts is I think it's going to be its own sort of professional league that's going to be able to compete with the majority of the other leagues in the world. But what are your thoughts?
That's what they're pushing towards. That's what everything from Cano to Cash to Pool Holes, everybody, you know what I mean? Like it's pushing to be its own league and to be something special, right? To give guys another leg to stand on and bring people in from other countries and an opportunity and showcase that baseball is getting worldwide, right? There is people from all over. And then again, you do have the prospects and developmental part of it. But as far as what they're trying to make the league, trying to bring awareness to the game out in the Middle East, right? And just keep growing this thing. That's the biggest thing.
Right, and obviously it's great because baseball, just like any other sport, they're trying to expand their horizons to sort of get that global outreach. And they got guys like you supporting it, so thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you.
Bro.
Absolutely.
We had the opportunity to speak to Cash Sheikh, CEO and majority investor of Baseball United. You can call him the man who brought baseball to the Middle East, and here's how our chat went down.
With games here in Dubai, but also Abu Dhabi, also Doha. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of decisions that we'll think through come Sunday. But, you know, things like the length of the season, things of how many teams, the partnerships. We already got a great partnership with Major League Baseball. We're on the MLB network for our games.
128 countries,
yeah,
right?
127. No, we'll take 128.
I'll take 120. We'll take the roundup, right?
Yeah. I mean, over 120 countries, 13 different networks. That one really over-delivered, but there was just an appetite for baseball, particularly because we're combining all these all-stars, these, you know, elite players with prospects from the region. You know, we brought 3 guys from India. We brought 2 guys from Pakistan. We brought someone from Palestine. Like, that really created an amazing story to complement all the great professionals on the field.
And I can't think of a better person to take baseball to new heights, especially here in the Middle East and worldwide. Cash, thank you so much for inviting us. The last flight out here at Baseball United. I'm really looking forward to it. Good luck with everything, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you all.
I'm really, really excited to see what baseball is like here in the Middle East, what the hospitality is like, and now we're about to go into the Diamond Club to enjoy some food, a little bit of hospitality right before the game. So it's obviously buzzing, a lot of people here. A lot of people came out to go see Baseball United. It's actually buzzing, and for anybody who thought this wouldn't be able to be successful, they're quite wrong, because it's a packed house. It's like being at a Major League Baseball game back in the States. When you're talking about Dubai, having baseball in Dubai, of course you gotta come in with the fine dining, right? Along with the typical chicken fingers and the French fries, but it wouldn't be without any of the Arabic meze that we have to offer here in the Middle East. So we gotta do a taste test, okay? Fire. Pretty good. So along with glizzies, we always need popcorn at a baseball game. That's good, man. Finally got a little action here. The atmosphere is great. There's a whole bunch of Dominicans here. Of course, wherever Dominicans are and baseball go together, you bring a little whiskey, you bring a little food, and you're gonna have a great time at the ball game. Thanks to everybody for tuning in and taking this little field trip with me to the Dubai International Stadium to witness the first inaugural All-Star Showcase presented by Baseball United. I hope this gives you a little flavor of what baseball is like in the Middle East and what's more to come. Stay tuned for a new episode of the Last Flight Out podcast next week.
Last flight out. Last flight out.